Yeah, well, I'm here. I'm live. What's up, YouTube? GamerZero coming at you with some more gaming. But give me a second. I gotta set up my chair and all that. So give me a second. All right, I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that. I just ran into an issue, and it just started happening right now, where I'm not receiving any audio from my phone. So I think my speaker is shot, but it's okay. The phone still works. That's what counts. And hopefully the issue will sort itself out. If not, I'll probably need a new phone. Because I do need audio. I mean, the headphone jack still works, so that's the good part. Okay, so I got my chair, and let's continue Shadowrun Hong Kong. The clink of glasses and sound of Neville Ma's party fades into... I've read this before, so I'm not going to read it. So the next mission we're going to be doing is, I don't know. We got the mission with Gaichu. We got the mission with Rooster Low. We also have the mission with whatchamacallit? Gobbit. How much money do I have? 4 grand with 9 karma. Help Gaichu set an ambush for his former team. Go to Shangri-La and kidnap Rooster Low. Catch a boat to the sinking ship and find Gobbit. Low-key, feel like finding Gobbit would take priority because she actually left. So let's go to let's say, so I can't take the train there. Gobbit. Yes. So Jomo raises a hand and greeting user approach. Welcome back, my friend. Maybe now you tell me what favor you need from me. Jomo is a good friend to all in Hawaii. I need you to take me to the sinking ship. Ah, easy la. I know exactly where that heap of junk is. Lead the way then. So Isobel wants to go. Is that it? Is that the only people I can take? Oh, I guess it's just me and Isobel and Gobbit. So let's do it. No one else wants to come? Interesting. Hung Hom Bay. Captain Jomo's converted speedboat chops through the water, or through rough water, like a cleaver through chicken bones, launching you skyward with every wave that it hits. Your destination, the sinking ship. Gobbit's former home. What's really pissing me off is I don't know why my fucking... Oh, yo, what's up, Ghost Joker? Sorry, I didn't catch your comment, my boy. Sorry about that, man. It's just I've been having issues with this phone, and that shit just completely threw your boy off. I'm gonna send him a text message. The orc pirate laughs and opens the throttle. Wind and rain lash your face as the floating amalgamation of shipping containers grows larger. You can see that it's stacked at least 3 containers deep, an inelegant brick of corrugated weathering steel. An assortment of pontoons, buoys, and other flotation devices have been lashed to the base of the raft to prevent it from tipping. You don't know what's happening here or why Gobbet felt the need to go face it alone. But one way or another, you're about to find out. Alright, let's get it. Nah, I'm good on suspending my karma. I actually want to kind of hold on to it. Because we have some good stats, so. The scramble up the side of the sinking ship was treacherous. You hauled yourself up over the edge with your heart hammering in your chest, clawing for purchase against the wind and the driving rain. Walking on the surface deck isn't much better. The steel that you're standing on is slick, sheeted with water from the rainstorm that hammers down from above. Every time you shift your weight, you can feel your feet begin to slide. There are no safety rails in sight. A slip, a rogue wave. It wouldn't take much to send you screaming over the edge of the raft into the dark water below. This thing is a wreck. Isobel gingerly prods at a rusted section of the container that you're standing on with her boot. It depresses easily with entirely too much give. I can't believe that Gobbet ever chose to live here. From her descriptions of the sinking ship, I didn't expect it to be this bad. Yeah, she always told me that the lady in charge, what was her name, Melinda? Malvina. She'd always told me that Malvina was a control freak, all obsessed with order and cleanliness, and Cadmus was supposed to be a top quality repair guy. She prods the patch of rust again, frowning, the steel flakes under her foot. This thing looks like it's in good repair to you. I take it that was a rhetorical question. A sudden gust of wind buffets you, sending you sliding. Isobel drops to a crouch, clinging to the metal with gloved hands to keep herself from slipping. You know, maybe a little bit of water got in there. Hopefully, if I put this thing to dry out, hopefully it'll work again. Oops. I think I know what happened. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna power it off. We're gonna put it right there. She looks up, locks her dark eyes on you. We should get moving. It's dangerous up here, and my gear is getting soaked. Agreed. Let's find Gobbet and make sure she's alright. She nods. You take the lead. I'll follow. But I do have my other device here. It can't receive phone calls. It's just essentially I just use it for the Wi-Fi. But I can dictate my stream from here. Let me go ahead and do that. It's just frustrating because that's my everyday phone, and without volume, like, I guess I'm just gonna have to put it on vibrate. I'm gonna have to always carry some sort of speaker, or not speaker, but headset with me. It's just annoying because I've had that phone for a long time and never had no problems with it. Alright, so let's go find devil rats. Don't let them bite you. Another swarm. Kill it. Oh, they are fucking crowding Isobel like a mother. Whoa, they're so... Why are they just all trying to kill Isobel? Yeah. Alright, Isobel, get out of there. Get out of there. Hell yeah. Alright, me. What can I do here? What can I do here? Can I get a wide load? Ooh. Freaking rats. Is he stuck over there? Or did my game just trip out? Nope. He is literally stuck over there. Kill him! I'm glad that got to... Got the bastards. Come join us by the fire and get warm. The woman by the fire looks like she hasn't seen a bar of soap in weeks. Her companion doesn't look much better. Their faces are streaked with soot and grime that the rain seems impotent to wash away. Glad to see that you made it through that in one piece. The woman smiles at you, revealing a set of crooked teeth. Please, come stand by the fire and get warm. Yeah, sure. Thank you for your hospitality. Her smile widens. Of course. We don't get strangers here often, and it's far too miserable out to turn away a guest. You helped us out back there. I appreciate it. She smiles weakly. Of course. I'm just hoping that you will be willing to return the favor. We could really use the help. We aren't here. We aren't here to fight rats. We're looking for a friend of ours. I see. Her voice is heavy with disappointment. Tell me your friend's name, then. Maybe I can help you. Isobel cuts in, concern on her face. Gobbet. Her name is Gobbet. Gobbet. She frowns. Nope. Sorry. I don't think I know anyone by that name. She's a good friend of Malvina's. She's close with Cadmus, too. I know Malvina and Cadmus. Never heard of your friend, though. Sorry. Maybe you've seen her and you just didn't realize it. She's an orc, a little older than me. She's got a shaved scalp and dreadlocks. No, I'm sorry, but your friend hasn't been here. Truth be told, you're the first visitors we've seen in months. If you haven't seen Gobbet, maybe you could take us to Cadmus. He lives on this raft. You know Cadmus? She exchanges glances with her portly friend. You haven't heard then? Heard of what? Your friend is sick. He got bitten by a devil rat and fell terribly ill. We think it's Vitus. What the hell is Vitus? A disease, a really terrible one. Virally induced toxic allergy syndrome. It's a neutered strain. You can get it from a bite, but you can't give it to anyone else. That doesn't help you if you're the one who gets bit, though. Most devil rats don't attack metahumans. We're too big for them to tangle with. The swarm that we've got here on the raft are different. They're aggressive, and that's causing all kinds of problems for us. Poor Cadmus. He's quarantined with the other victims down below, just waiting to die. Hate to say it, but that is what's most likely to happen. Most people who contract Vitus don't get better. If you could help clear a path to the quarantine area, we can take you there. You can see for yourself. Hang on a second. I've got a few more questions to ask first. Go ahead then. Ask. But make it quick, alright? It's pissing rain out and I'm freezing. Is there anything else you can tell me about the devil rat infestation? They've been a huge problem for us. Between the damage that they inflicted and the disease they carry, they've made it impossible for us to keep up our regular maintenance duties on the raft. Maintenance duties? Keeping a raft like this is seaworthy is a full-time job. The devil rat infestation isn't helping with that. We've got dozens of people below decks scrounging for materials to fix leaks and shore up the weak parts of the hull. If something doesn't happen soon, we're gonna have to stop working on her altogether, and if that happens, it's only a matter of time before she capsizes. Why bother staying here at all? If I were you, I think I'd pick up my things and go. Patrick's doughy face goes red. This is our home, our nest. We ain't gonna leave it no matter what. The woman interjects, cutting her partner short. What he means to say is that we don't have anywhere else to go. If we were to abandon the sinking ship, we'd probably wind up getting forced into the walled city. I'm satisfied for now. Go ahead and lead. We'll follow. The hatch just down the hatch down below is just over this way. We'll show you down. It's just over here. Follow me. A shallow pool of standing water has gathered on the platform, separating it from an access hatch to the edge. Excuse me. From an access hatch at the edge of the raft. Electricity arcs over the surface of the pool in angry spiderwebs of blue-white light. Whoa, hold up. The damn anti-boarding system's gone haywire again. He points at the crackling pool. Look, it isn't draining the way it's supposed to. She slams a heel into the deck, her face flushing red in frustration. Again? We just fixed this pump last week. Anti-boarding system? Isobel looks up from the crackling pool, fixes her eyes on the locals. What the hell is this? A bad idea, that's what. Blame the Shadowrunners that lived on this thing before we did. It's like an anti-theft system on a car, only a lot meaner. When it gets tripped, the channel floods, and then ship's power gets shunted into the water. It can deliver a hell of a shock. She shakes her head at the crackling pool, scowling. Only now it seems to trigger randomly, and the pump that we installed as a workaround has started breaking down at the drop of a hat. Why didn't you just disable a damn thing in the first place? We tried, lost 3 good engineers trying. In the end, we decided to go with the workaround. No pool, no shocks. Well, that was the theory anyway. Well, it isn't that dangerous, all things considered. He glances at you and Isobel, sizes you up. You've got boots on, right? You could probably make it across without... Isobel cuts him off, a serious look on her face. It's pouring out. We're both drenched, and that thing has to be putting out a lot of voltage for those arcs to be visible like that. Trying to cross the pool as is would be a bad idea, a really bad idea. Maybe we can find a way to drain the water. Yeah, that pump over there. She points to a rusted hunk of machinery at the edge of the pool. I'm guessing that's the one that isn't working, right? Yeah, that's the one. It's supposed to keep this part of the deck clear, but it keeps breaking down. She shakes her head in disgust. Stupid, stupid thing, I swear. It must have burned through 4 different fuses in the past 2 weeks. We'll try fixing the pump first. If that doesn't work, we'll have to look around for another solution. She turns away from the drawer, sneering. One that doesn't involve crossing on foot. Before you sits a very worn and very non-functional water pump. An ancient hose snakes down from the pump into a drainage channel along the deck. Looks pretty busted. Maybe we could fix it with some of the junk that's littering the dock, or the deck. So let's examine the pump mechanism. Upon closer inspection, you can see that this pump suffers from clear signs of neglect. Years of near constant use and deferred maintenance have taken their toll on the machine, and it has recently broken down. Heavy scoring and burn patterns also indicate the reason why the pump isn't working. A blown fuse. Isobel, can you fix this? She studies the broken mechanism, frowning. Afraid not. If it were a computer, I could probably do something with it, but I'm not much of a mechanic. If we find a replacement fuse, I can slot it for you. Anything else, you're on your own. Alright, so we gotta find something to fix it. We got some people over here. One of the locals looks up at the sound of your approach. The others remain huddled around the low fire, their backs hunched against the pelting rain. You need something, boy? If not, shove off. This fire's taken. The water pump on the other side of the deck blew a fuse. Know where I can find a new one? Maybe. Could be a new fuse anywhere up here. We tend not to throw things like that away. He shrugs. Check the piles. That's where bits and bobs usually wind up. I'd watch my hands if I were you, though. Rats have been known to hide in those piles. The old man chuckles, nods. He's right. You might get chewed on if you're not careful. I want you to tell me what's happening here. The old man grunts. It's raining. That wasn't what he meant. Tell us about the devil rats. The younger local cuts in. Strange things always been happening here, ever since the beginning. But yeah, things have been odder than usual lately, and those damn rats are a big part of that. With all the people who've been getting sick, I've considered packing up and moving away. He chuckles to himself, but I've got no place else to go. Been here for about 5 years now, and everyone I care about lives on this raft, so here I stay. We're looking for a friend of ours. Maybe you've seen her. I doubt it. We mostly keep to ourselves up here. She'd be a new arrival, an orc about my age, calls herself Gobbet. Seen her around? Never heard of her. I think you have. You said that you lived here for about 5 years now, right? He shifts uncomfortably. Yeah. About that long. Then you were here during Sui's mutiny. She cocks her head. You know, the one that Gobbet helped to put down. He looks helplessly at his older companion. I don't know. You're familiar with Shadowrunners. You know that we're dangerous people. You wouldn't be lying to me unless you were afraid of something. The old man steps in. Yeah, he's afraid, and with good reason. We all know what happens to people who break the rules. I don't care about your rules. All I care about is finding my friend. And if you know something, now's the time to share it. Below. She went below. Those two up there, they saw her slip past them, but they were too afraid of getting punished to raise alarm. They tried to catch her friend on foot, but she was too quick for them. She's still down there somewhere, and that's all I'm gonna say. Like hell it is. You're gonna give me details now. The old man pushes in front of his younger companion. His voice grows to a roar. He's telling you the truth now. Leave him be. He's gone bug-eyed, and spittle flies as he shrieks. You let us alone. Come on, Zero. I think we've learned everything from them that we're going to. Alright. Alright. There's a bunch of trash piles here, but I'm very worried. A heavily rusted wheel has been mounted to one of the containers here. The floor grates here look similar to the ones near all the flooding. She examines the grates, frowning. Yeah, I think that all this might be connected. Hydraulic. Maybe. I can see some lines running under the lip of this container. This might be the solution to our flooding problem, assuming that you can get the wheel to budge, that is. There might be another way. Oh, there is another way, and that's that 9 karma I was telling you about. I only have 3 strength. So if I go up to 6 strength, I don't believe I'd be able to have enough, because this would be 9 right here. Then I need an additional 6, so yeah, that's out. I don't have enough strength. Phosphorus grenade, okay. No. Oh, damn right. Oh. As you sift through the pile, you hear a rustling sound. 2 beady eyes lock with yours. My God, dude, fucking rats. Search trash. Nothing here. Nothing here. Ah, we got it. Yeah, I was not checking those paper piles over there. Fuck that, dude. I hope that we can get below deck soon. It's freezing out here. We just heard something interesting from some other locals on the raft. They said that they saw you chasing after our friend. She swallows. Her eyes dart to her companion. They're lying. We told you. We haven't seen her. I don't believe you. You're gonna tell us what's really going on here, or we're gonna have a problem. She looks frightened, but not of you. Her eyes keep darting toward the open hatch, as if she were afraid of might come something might come swarming out of it. We can't. It's against the rules. We were told to take you below. The dwarf yanks his weapon from his holster with a trembling hand. His cheeks are flushed. Stupid girl, you're not supposed to tell them. It'll tear us to shreds if it finds out. Drop your weapon now. The squatter looks beyond reason, lost. He answers your command with a bullet. Well, I guess it's time to fight then. Shit. Shit. You don't gotta tell me twice. I ain't trying to fight y'all, but I will kill you. I will kill you. Isobel, what do you think? The ancient pump sits lifeless on the deck, so let's go ahead and replace the fuse. With a deft motion, you click the intact fuse that you discovered into place. Lights on the pump controls panels goes from red to green, and the little machine rattles back to life. Alright, cool, we did it. Upon descending the ladder, you find yourself in the cramped confines of a shipping container. Interior walls have been erected by corrugated aluminum, and doors have been cut to allow passage from compartment to compartment. The air down here is ripe with the odor of rotting garbage. Well, I was wrong. This is even more disgusting than it was above deck. She glances up at you. Any idea where we should go? I want to scope this entire level out. We go compartment to compartment and check everything. Sounds fair. Thorough. She sweeps her gaze over the moldering piles of garbage that surround you, her nose crinkling in distaste. I'd rather not, but I think that it's the right call. She reaches an arm back and hugs her deck to her side. Something about the motion makes you think of a child clutching a security blanket. Come on, let's go find Goblin and get the hell out of here. Let's do it, Isobel. What is this? Notice, due to recent weather issues, only 3 people are allowed on the top deck at a time. Report violations of this policy. A middle-aged woman with a slouching posture stands with her back to a reinforced door. With a languid motion, she turns her head to stare at you. New folks, I'll be damned. She shifts positions with a grunt. The hell are you doing in here? We're looking for a friend of ours. Maybe you've seen her. She shakes her head. Nope, I ain't seen your friend. Sorry. You don't even know what our friend looks like yet. How can you say for sure that you haven't seen her? No one's come down here today but you. Not a soul. Didn't see anyone yesterday either, and I can't remember much past then. She smiles, revealing a crumbling set of nicotine-stained teeth. Bad memory. Can't do a thing about it. Who are you? Name's Lisa, but you can call me Lise, though. Everybody on the raft does. What's behind the door there? She runs a tongue her tongue over her teeth. Storage closet. Nothing worthwhile in there. Don't even know why they have me standing watch over the thing. But those are the rules, right? You can't question the rules. I'm questioning them right now. What did the rules ever do for you? Well, they kept me alive for one. She licks her lips, nodding. That means that I'm doing better than someone. Did someone get killed for breaking the rules? She nods slowly. Lots of people. You can't disobey orders, not on a ship at sea. Or a rustling hulk more than a bay. The words come muttered under her breath. Or a raft, like your little friend says. She shoots a dark glance at Isobel, and her knuckles whiten as her grip on her weapon tightens. She should be nicer about it, though. This rusting hulk is my home. Fair enough. Let's talk about something else. Sure, just as long as it don't involve breaking the rules. I was just leaving. So I could have attacked, but nah, we're not going to do that. Its door is heavily reinforced and barricaded. It'd take a bulldozer to get it open. Interesting. Those scratches look like they were made by claws, but they're much bigger than anything that a devil rat could make. Some tags. They seem relatively fresh. They haven't been here long. The man standing before you looks cleaner than most of the other squatters on the sinking ship. There's no streaks of grease on his cheeks, and his clothes look freshly laundered. He leers at you as you approach. Well, what have we here? Strangers on our humble raft, exploring her leaking bowels. The man grins, revealing the cavernous gap in his teeth. He hefts a snifter brimming with cognac in salute. Welcome to the sinking ship, strangers. Now tell me what you want. Who are you? You may address me as Mercurio. He bows slightly, the cognac sloshing in his glass. At your service. We're looking for a friend of ours, an orc, 19 years old, goes by the name of Gobbit. Oh, and she ran away from you, did she? He grins. Ran all the way here to our little palace on the water. Have you seen her, or haven't you? Insistent little thing, aren't you? He puts his lips to the crystal of his snifter and slurps up a mouthful of liquor. No, I haven't seen your runaway friend, but if I do run into her, I'll tell her that you're looking. What do you do on the raft? A bit of this, a bit of that. I'm an artist, or rather, I used to be an artist, and a socialite, and a man about town. He spreads his hands. By town, I mean raft, of course. Now, I mostly find myself shut away here on the sinking ship's upper deck. I've been festering away here for months, desperately clinging to the finer things in life. He sniffs. Quite the tale of woe, really. That's it. You just loiter around and socialize. A fine and noble profession. He takes another sip, swilling the brandy in his mouth. But you're a street level operative, no? Blue collar work. I wouldn't expect you to understand. He paused for a moment, considering. Speaking of blue collar work, I have something here that might interest you. Would you like to see it? That depends on what it is. He turns to a nearby table and lifts a battered lozenge of black plastic. He holds it out to you. It's just a data pad, nothing sinister. This one belonged to a maintenance tech that I once knew. I have no idea what happened to her, but she hasn't been seen in weeks. And you're giving this to us. Why? To earn your favor. You've come to the sinking ship rather well armed, after all. He shoots a glance at Isobel's rifle and raises an eyebrow. I'd rather ingratiate myself to you now, before the bullets start flying. We'll take it. Thank you. Anytime. I wasn't using the thing anyway. The schematics on that device are all quite arcane to me, I'm afraid. We'll leave you to your business. So this data pad, what does it do? Items. Mission items. Okay. As you advance down the hallway, you catch a flash of motion ahead. Something large rustling in a wall-mounted ventilation duct. You ready your weapon just as something explodes out of the ductwork. The figure tumbles to the ground and lands with a meaty thwack. Ow. Gobbet struggles up to her knees. The fall seems to have knocked the wind out of her, but she manages to croak out a few words. Trap. It's... She struggles to her knees, coughing. It's a trap. Gobbet, we've been looking all over for you. She struggles to stand upright, hacking. Yeah, well, you found me. Ta-da! Yeah, we found you. So, do you want to tell us what the hell you're doing here? She fidgets uncomfortably. And also, what do you mean by trap? Up ahead, through those doors. It's the kind of trap that kills you, Iz. I've never seen anyone go in there and live. Her speech is interrupted by a violent coughing fit. Madness and folly scurry from her shoulders into the protective nest of her hair. The people who I watched go in there never came back out again. Not a one. They just scream and scream, and when the doors open up again, they'd be gone. Well, thanks for the warning. She shrugs. Don't mention it. There is a long, awkward pause. Finally, Isobel steps forward. So now that we're all together, do you want to tell us why you came back here all by yourself? We'd have gone with you, Gobbet. All you had to do was tell us. She raises her hands. Yeah, I know, but I figured that this one was on me, and I didn't want to wait another minute. Besides, I had a plan. You're on a boat full of hostiles by yourself in the dead of night, being hunted by devil rats. That doesn't sound like a great plan to me. I didn't come back here to fight, Seattle. This is a recon mission. I wanted to scope the place out, and it's easier to do that solo than it would have been dragging you two along. No offense. So you scoped the place out. Fine. Mission accomplished. Do you know what you're doing now? Yeah, this place is fucked. I'm gonna sink it. Wait a second. What? The sinking ship is doomed, Seattle. I could feel that the second I set foot on board. She checks herself. Earlier than that, even. On some level, I think that I could feel it back home. That's why I couldn't stop thinking about this place. Whatever's happening here, it's wrong. This whole place feels off to me, somehow. Maybe even toxic. I came back to find my friends, Cadmus and Malvina, to check on them. Instead, I found a swarm of man-eating rats, a death trap, and a bunch of squatters who seemed intent on killing me. Her tone becomes brisk, so I'm going to kill them right back. And I'm going to use the scuttling charges that are still embedded in the hull to do that. I've already handled the ones on this level, but I haven't gone down below yet. We need to activate the charges below the waterline if we're going to bring this sucker down. And so that's where you're heading next? Downward? Not quite, on account of the trap. I don't know how to get past it yet, she frowns. Minor setback, right? So my next step was to figure that out. We haven't found Cadmus or Malvina yet. They could still be alive somewhere, maybe even on this level. Yeah, maybe. I hope so, because of all the people on this raft, Cad is the one I'd most trust to get us past whatever's in that room. He's always more of a mechanic than he was a shaman. We'd have to figure out how to get past the trap, I get that. But let's keep our eyes open while we're doing that. There could be more going on here than you realize. I seriously doubt it. Remember what I told you about second guessing. He isn't second guessing anything. We haven't seen enough to make a decision yet. You may have, but we haven't. Gobbet lets out an exasperated sigh. All right, Riz. You want to look around? We'll do that. But afterwards, we're arming the rest of those charges. Let's move. This squatter is in need of immediate medical attention. Her torso is a gory mess, and an ever-expanding pool at her feet tells you that she's well on the way to bleeding out. She peers at you through sunken eyes set into an alarmingly gray face. Please, help me. Hold still. This might sting a little. You crack open a med kit and go to work. Within minutes, you've run a saline drip into her arm and sealed the wound with liquid skin. A final slap patch of adrenaline and painkillers gets the woman up and onto her feet. Shakily, she extends a hand in greeting. I don't know who you are, strangers, but you just saved my life. If I can ever return the favor, you let me know. What's your name, friend? Maria Lamb. My friends call me Sparrow. It's good to meet you, Sparrow. She chuckles. Better luck for me that I met you. If I hadn't, I think that I've bled out by now. How did you get shot? I was a part of the last mutiny attempt. Made it through that all right, but I guess that I also made some enemies. I don't know who shot me, but it's a fair bet that someone on this boat is holding a grudge. We'll let you get on with your day. All right, but if you ever need anything else, you know where to find me. The holes in this wall were caused by large caliber bullets, much bigger than you need for something the size of a devil rat. A slender human woman in shabby overalls looks up from her work with a frown. You can't help but notice the scars on her neck. Her eyes flit from you to Isobel, then land on Gobbit. Her face lights up. I'll be damned. Gobbit? Hello, Yasmin. It's good to see you again. Yeah, you too. Where the hell have you been all these years? On a different boat. Funny enough. Yes, I'm a little out of the loop on what's happening here. Could you do me a solid and fill us in? Yeah, we're not supposed to talk about it, but I'll tell you what I know. Tell us what's been happening here. She looks uneasy. Well, we're all struggling to deal with the devil rat infestation. You probably know about them. With all of the rats around, there aren't many volunteers for the maintenance crews anymore. It gets lonely out here. She abruptly stops talking. Her cheeks flush red. That's it. That's all I have to say. Yes, you're talking to me here, so tell me what's going on. I can't help you if I don't know what's happening. Yasmin's eyes dart up and down the hall, scanning for anyone who might be coming. Her hands begin to shake. After a moment, she leans toward Gobbet and lowers her voice to a whisper. Yeah, alright. She swallows. This raft is cursed. I think I know what you're talking about, Yaz. I could feel it all the way back home, but tell me more. I want to hear it from you. Malvina, whatever it is that's taken her place, it's horrible. I don't even know what it is, but it isn't human. And the worst part is, it talks over the intercom using her voice. She claps a hand over her mouth, her eyes wide, her body is shaking. Her entire body is shaking. Thanks, Yaz, that helps. Believe it or not, it helps. She nods mutely, still struggling to calm herself. Have you had any close encounters with the devil rats? Yeah, don't go downstairs unless you absolutely have to. The lower decks are absolutely crawling with the things. I'll leave you to your work. Yeah, thanks, and be careful out there. Water drips from a leak in the ceiling to spatter against the case of this ancient terminal. It's a miracle that this thing is still functional. A blinking green cursor awaits your input, so let's access the terminal. Post serve freeware mail client user Chung Sun Ansun to Beasley Malvina. We need to talk about these new regulations that you keep handing down. That you keep handing down. Look, I need some water. Mouth is dry. Well, look, I used to be a merchant marine. I get it. I know how important procedure is on a boat. And I know the mindset that you're working against. But some of these new regs are bordering on draconian, and they're getting in the way of our maintenance crews downstairs. Order is a good thing. Micromanaging isn't. So let's talk about it, okay? All right. Also, I have to go use the restroom. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Chung San Anson, we've got a hell of an infestation going on in the lower levels, and we need to start doing something about it. Can I count on you and your boys to help me with this? I know that M would frown on what I'm proposing, but she isn't doing anything to help. We have to take matters into our own hands before things get ugly, ACS. Chung Anson to Huang Cadmus, this is exactly what I was afraid of. See, those bloody rats have eaten us out of house and home, and now that their food supply is gone, they've decided to turn on us. It's pretty clear that M can't or won't use her magic to fix this, so it's on us to deal with the fallout. I've had the upstairs maintenance crew set aside a couple of containers as a quarantine area sick room. It's inevitable that we're going to start seeing people getting sick, and we need a place to shove them. If we don't do this, we're going to have a panic on our hands. Virus deaths aren't pretty. ACS. To Chung Anson Huang Yasmin, yes, tell your brother that I got this note and that I'll be there. I don't know all of this is about, but I have a guess, and if I'm right, well, I'm in. The things have to change around here for all of our sakes. I wonder what's. Well, I mean, I kind of know what's going on, but not completely. You know what I mean? Another squatter, this one more beaten up than most, bloody bandages wrap his knuckles, and one of his orbital sockets has been crushed, deforming the silhouette of his face. He peers at you with a mixture of suspicion and hostility. Don't recognize you. That means you're new here. His voice comes out in a hoarse croak. You picked a bad place to go sightseeing, outsider. You okay, man? You don't look so good. No, I'm not okay. I'm all beaten up and going blind in one eye. Now tell me what you want so I can be on my way. He spits the words out like venom. What's your name? My name? Ivan. Ivan Fu. That all? Can I go? Tell me about the sinking ship. I want to hear your take on what's happening here. It's going to shit. Rats everywhere, people dying, smells like a garbage scow. He grunts. That satisfy your curiosity, outsider? Can you tell me any more? It's important. Look, I ain't the damn welcoming committee. I'm just a bloody old man who wants to get back to his squat. If you want to know more about the boat, ask someone else. I'll leave you be. Alright, so we've literally looked everywhere. So the only thing left to do is to try to get this trap. Oh, power outlet. Dude, look at this. An open junction box juts out from the wall. Its cover hanging by a single screw. Wires crisscross over one another in a chaotic jumble, and the whole apparatus appears to be held together with electrical tape. Jury rigged like everything else here, she frowns at the tangled wiring, clucking her tongue in disapproval. That's really sloppy work. You'd think that in an environment like this, they'd at least try to do some basic waterproofing. She traces the wall mounted cables that snake out from the box with her eyes, follows them to their termination point. Looks like this box is feeding power to that door over there. If we were to short it, we might be able to get the thing open. So follow the instructions to disarm the door locks. You examine the rat's nest of wires, tracing each connection to its point of origin. Following the instructions on the datapad, you snip and rewire the system to feed power back into itself. The result of your work are immediate and spectacular. You hear a deafening cracking sound, and a blinding flash of light stabs your eyes. Moments later, the hall fills with the overpowering stench of ozone. The overhead lights flutter. Up ahead, you can hear the sound of a set of doors, locks, disengaging. Okay, so we did something. Whoa. This. A stocky dwarf leans up against the wall of the container room. His skin is sallow, and it hangs off his bulky frame like a half-deflated balloon. You saw plenty of sick people back in the Barrens. Addicts, BTL heads, people whose immune systems had been ravaged by disease. This guy looks worse. The dwarf's milky eyes track you as you approach. A wave of recognition washes over his face, but his movements remain lethargic. Eventually, he manages to slur out a few words. Gobbet, back after all this time. Yeah, I'm sorry it's taking so long. Gobbet stares at the dwarf wide-eyed. It's good to see you again, Cad. Gobbet's told me about you. How are you feeling? Perfect. Thanks for asking. He struggles to contain a burst of coughing. I mean, I'm dying, and my home has gone to shit. And we're probably gonna sink into the bay, but otherwise, I'm great. With a visible effort, he shifts his focus to Gobbet. Welcome home, girl. Been a long time. She swallows. Cadmus, I... Save it. I'm not mad. He squeezes his eyes shut. I'm mostly just happy to hear your voice again. It's good to have a friend. Are you sick, Cadmus? He grins between his sunken eyes and hollow cheeks. The end result is ghastly. Ill? I would say so. Deathly ill. Vitus is a real bitch. Even a neutered strain like this one can really knock you on your ass. You'll be okay, Cad. You're a dwarf and a shaman. That's 2 big points in your favor. You're gonna walk this off. You'll see. Spare me the pep talk. I'm too tired to walk. He coughs into his sleeve. Cad, save it. I know what my chances look like, and they ain't good. I've seen a lot of our friends loaded into those cots, Gobbet. They all went out in garbage bags. Anyway, he wrestles his mouth into a friendly smile. Let's talk about something else, huh? All this doom and gloom is getting to me. Tell us what's happening here. Bad things. A lot of good people died. Something's gone rotten on this craft, Gobbet. You know what I mean. Toxic. Yeah, I can feel it too. I can feel it all the way back home. Her throat moves, but it takes a moment for her voice to catch up. Cadmus, where are our friends? What happened to Yasmin and Anson and Malvina? Anson's dead. He never made it into the sick room. Just disappeared. But I know where he went. Stabs a finger downward at the floor. Yasmin's still with us. Small favors, right? But the fight has gone out of her. She's content to do what she's told and tremble. Malvina ain't Malvina anymore. What is she? I don't know what it is. It's definitely toxic, but as for what it is, his voice trails off. Cadmus stares up at Gobbet helplessly. Malvina went off the rails because of that damn bauble that I gave her. That's what happened, isn't it? It ain't her, Gobbet. It's something else. He struggles to contain another cough. Eventually, it passes. But yeah, that shiny red egg that you and Sui lifted is the cause of it, I think. The ugliness was already inside of her, but that thing brought it out. She squeezes her eyes shut, balls her hands into fists. Shit. Cadmus. Had a feeling that keeping that thing was a bad idea. Isobel jabs her elbow into the meat of your leg. Her voice comes out in a hiss. Way to rub it in, asshole. It's alright, He's right. It was a bad idea. One that Malvina's to blame for. I gave her the damn thing to fight Sui. I didn't tell her to keep it. No, you didn't. If you were going to be mad at anyone, be mad at her. But you should be afraid of her, too. I sure as hell am. His chest heaves as a deep bronchial cough racks his body. With a grimace of distaste, he spits out a wad of bloody phlegm. You haven't seen what's happened to Malvina, what she's become. You need rest. We should put this on hold. And he raises a hand, cutting her short. Got no time to rest, and you need to hear this. What we're up against. You ever heard of a rat king? It's an old folklore thing. Bunch of rats all fused together, their tails all wrapped and twisted into a great big knot. Excuse me, I had to burp. That's what Mal has become. I don't know how many different spirits she's tied her essence to, but the last time I opened my third eye to her, I couldn't see where they ended and where she began. What does that even mean? I never heard of... It means that she ain't human anymore, girl. Her aura is bound to other things, alien things, all tangled and twisted and grown together. They're all one being now, a Rat King. It talks like Malvina, but it ain't her anymore. So this Rat King is still human, physically speaking. Don't know. I've heard rumors that Malvina's meat body is changing too. Haven't seen it myself. Don't know if I'll want to. Another long, wet cough interrupts his speech. He wipes his mouth with the back of his hand. The talisman that the Rat King is holding, the shiny object. Do you know how it works? Nah, I tried sensing it once. The only thing that I took away from the experience was a migraine. It felt like there were railroad spikes buried behind my eyes for days. All I can tell you for certain is that it still works. As long as the Rat King's connected to that thing, you can't hurt it. Any holes that you put in its body will close up on their own. So what are we expected to do against that? If the bauble makes the thing unkillable, then you need to find a way to get that bauble away from it. Gawit managed to do that during Sui's rebellion. I'll bet she could do it again. Did you try to fight this Rat King? Yeah, I'd had enough. A lot of us had, so we took a page from old Sui's book. He offers you a sickly grin. We mutinied. He gestures at the writhing bodies on the cots of the sick room. This was left of our side. Been locked in here for 5 days now, waiting for Vitus to finish the job. The rest of us got fed to the rats. That explains all the scarring and blood I saw around. Yeah, we didn't make it far. Blooded a few noses, broken a few bones, but that won't matter much in the end. Truth is, we weren't prepared for how many of those bastard rats Malvina had bred, and we weren't expecting our shipmates to fight on her behalf. Why would the others stop you from taking the ship back? That doesn't even make sense. Why do you think, girl? Fear. Fear of death. Fear of being gnawed apart by 100 vermin. Fear of that thing. You're saying that the people here aren't brainwashed, that they're just afraid. Scared shitless is a better way of putting it, and I can't blame them. If anything, we're the crazy ones for trying to fight that thing. If the Rat King's soldiers only serve it because they're afraid, then maybe we can turn them away from it. Could do. They might rally around someone they know, maybe someone who lived with them and fought for them years ago. He eyes Goblet. That was a subtle hint, girl. I've got a better idea. We're gonna get you and your people on the lifeboats, and then we're sending this raft to the bottom of the bay, and the Rat King is going with it. You can't mean that. This is our home. We've got nowhere else to go, Gobbit. I am not gonna let that thing force us to put this raft to the torch. You've already tried it your way. Look what happened. Isobel steps in. Maybe it's good that you leave this place. I lived in a place like this before. I've seen what it can do to people. She grew up in the walled city, Cad. Then she knows what we've got to look forward to if you sink this raft, because we sure as hell can't afford to live anywhere else. He cranes his neck to look up at Gobbet, pleading. Desperation burns in his eyes. Gobbet, listen. It isn't too late for the sinking ship. We can still turn this thing around. My mutiny failed because the Rat King knew things that we didn't. Yours can succeed if you'll try. She shakes her head obstinately. My gut says that we should sink the raft. It said that the moment I arrived here. That's what Rat wants me to do, so that's what I'm gonna do. Gobbet, Cadmus might be right. If we could drum up enough support, I think that we could retake the sinking ship. Her eyes narrow. Have you forgotten the first lesson I taught you, Seattle? Always go with your gut. And my gut says, spare us your lecture, Gobbet. Cadmus is right. You're going off half-cocked again. The truth is, we can save this raft if you want to. If you don't, tell us and we'll sink it. Look, Gobbet, things have changed since you decided to sink this raft. You can see that, right? She sets her jaw, draws a deep breath, and slowly releases it. All right, Cad, if you're sure that you can keep up your end, I'd be willing to help you with your mutiny. But if your people fuck up, I'm sinking this thing, got it? Yeah, and thanks. With your help, we can do this. That remains to be seen. He waves her off. Go on, get moving, and convince as many people as you can to help us with the time when the time comes. Whoever you don't bring around to our side is gonna fight against us, so be thorough about it. When you're ready for us to make our move, trigger the shipboard alarm system. 2 blasts, and we'll start kicking indoors. Alright, Cad, 2 blasts start the mutiny. But if we sound the alarm once and leave it, you get your people the hell off this raft. Got it? 1 blast means you're sinking the raft. You do that, and I'm kicking your bony ass from here to Macau, but yeah, I hear you. Another long, wet cough racks his body. You got all that, stranger. You know what you're supposed to do. We convince people to join you, then trigger the alarm. 1 blast means we're sinking the raft. 2 means that the mutiny is on. Got it. Good, thanks. And Gobbit, thank you. Does me good to know that you're with us on this. The woman standing guard nods in acknowledgement. Strangers, you picked a bad time to come to visit. We are visiting. We're looking for a friend. Then you're out of luck. I haven't seen anyone from outside of quarantine in weeks. You want to talk to someone? Talk to the dwarf. I'm busy. I need to keep my eyes open for any more of those little bastards. We can't let any more of them sneak in here. Not after what happened to Simon. Best of luck. Okay, so let's open this door. What is in here? The guard turns to face you. You're back. Why? The racking has ruled here for long enough. We're taking it down and we could use your help. Her eyes go wide. You'll get yourselves killed even talking like that. You'll get me killed with you. Get the hell out of here right now. I won't make I won't take another part in another damn mutiny. Think, how does it help you for the Rat King to stay in control? I warned you not to talk. Damn, bitch. Man, handle my lightweight, please. Might as well just kill you now, cause you're gonna fucking be on that bullshit. Glad to have you on our side, stranger. When the time for the mutiny comes, you can count me in. Okay, cool. What's this? The door is heavily reinforced and barricaded. It'd take a bulldozer to get it open. Okay, we already saw that. Let's go see what other people we can talk to. Thanks again for your help. I'd have bled out if you hadn't come along. We're taking another run at the Rat King, and we're gonna help, and we're gonna kill it this time. We could use your help. I want to help, I do, but I can't do much without supplies. She licks her lips, considering. I'll make you a deal. If you hook me up with some medical supplies, I'll join your mutiny. She gratefully accepts the supplies that you offer her. A deal's a deal, and I have a debt to repay. When you make your move on the Rat King, I'll be there to help. Good. Head to the quarantine area, meet up with Cadmus. He'll let you know what to do. I have a few things to take care of here first, but I will. You've got my word on that. You're back. He smiles down at Isobel, saluting with his glass. Tell me why. We're taking the sinking ship back from the Rat King. Will you help us? He shakes his head. No, I'm afraid not. I'm a lover, not a fighter. 500 new yen could buy you a lot of brandy. Yes, it could. He snatches the crest stick out of your hand. Very well. When the fighting starts, I will do what I can. We'll leave you to your business. Gobbit, you're back. We're taking the ship back, Yasmin. We need your help. Her eyes go wide. Another mutiny? No, not me. Go to someone else. I saw what happened last time. Last time you didn't have me here. We're gonna kill the monster that stole Malvina's voice, Yaz. You've got my word on that. She stares at Gobbit, long and hard. Finally, she acquiesces with a nod. Alright, Gobbit, I'm in. I'm terrified, but I'm in. Her voice breaks, but she continues on. I'm no fighter, you know that. I keep the ship afloat, and that's about it. But I'll do what I can to help. You'll be okay, Yasmin, I promise. Circle up with your brother. I'm sending everyone we can convince to help meet up with him in the sick room. He'll tell you what to do from there. You again. What do you need? We're taking this raft back from the Rat King. We need all the help we can get. Can we count on you? He chuckles. You're all fools. The last two mutinies failed, and yours will too. Even if you did have a chance, it was Cadmus and his boys that did this to me. You think I'm going to cozy up with them? I'm sorry that they hurt you, but like you said, you got caught in a crossfire. People get hurt in those situations. It happens. Cadmus would never intentionally harm you. The Rat King, on the other hand. I said no. I'm not pulling my neck out for anybody. I'm going to ride this thing out, and that's all there is to it. If you help us, I can make it worth your while. I have connections back in Kowloon. You hard of hearing? I said no, and that's final. I'm not laying my life on the line for you, or for Cadmus, or for anyone else. Wake up. You're living in a war zone. Not choosing a side won't keep you safe. It'll get you killed. He stares at you with his good eye. You're right. I know that. I know it better than most. But can't just pick him and leave. Nobody can. The Rat King won't let us. Then we'll have to kill the fucking thing, won't we? He stares at her with his good eye. It's subtle, but something in his expression changes, grows hard. You a killer, girl? I do it for a living. We all do. Then maybe you've got a chance. He grits his teeth, gingerly touches the ruin of his collapsed eye socket. To hell with it, I'm in. When you make your move, I'll do what I can to help. You've made the right decision. Go to Cadmus and wait for our signal. I will. Hey, Ivan joined us. Alright, who else can we get to be on our squad? Is that it? I think that's it. Notice, all decks are off limits until further notice. Maintenance. The air is thicker in here. Acrid. The stench clings to your tongue, sticks in the back of your throat. It smells like damp cardboard and stale urine. Gobbet surveys the room warily, her nose crinkling in disgust. Well, that's foul. Don't go any further into the room, either of you. We don't know how to disarm the trap yet. Hang on, I just want to take a look. The flooring here is a patchwork of metal scrap that creaks beneath your feet. With each step, you can feel it flex, struggling to accommodate your weight. You take a step forward, then another. Nothing seems to happen. Gobbet hisses at you. Get back here, you idiot. The trap is still armed. The room stands empty in front of you. There's nothing stopping you from continuing onward if you want to. Okay, so then what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? You're back. Need something? There's a trapped room at the end of the hall. Know anything about that? Yeah, me and my crew built the thing. Let me guess, Malvina's orders? He nods. First thing she has to do after Sui's little rebellion was start we blah. Cannot read today. First thing she asked us to do after Sui's little rebellion. We started work on the thing the week after you left. Yasmin was in charge of the project. Can you tell us how to get past it? No. He coughs wetly into his sleeve. No, but Yaz can. She should be somewhere on this level. Go find her and tell her I sent you. We will. Thanks, Cad. He dabs specks of blood from his lips. Don't mention it. When did all this start? It must have been some time after Gobbet left. Nah, not long. Maybe a week or so. We couldn't see it at the time, but it was happening. I'd stake my life on it. I don't get this. Everything was fine when I left the raft. I mean, the vibe here had changed, but Malvina was still Malvina. If anything, she was even stronger than the woman I'd known. Yeah, she got strong, all right. Strong and mean. It started small. A couple months after Sui's mutiny, Malvina started proposing new rules. She said that she was cracking down on infractions, keeping order to keep us safe. But over time, those rules started piling up, and gradually, the punishment started getting worse. She became paranoid. He gives you a shallow nod. Yeah, that's right. That's what I meant. That's what I mean what I say that she had it in her all along. He pauses, checks himself. She. I don't think that Malvina can be described as a she anymore. It is really a they. Our friend is dead and changed so much that she might as well be. And the things that are wearing her skin don't belong in this world. We should go. Hang in there, man. He grunts. I ain't going nowhere. Be safe. Alright, so let's go talk to Yasmin to disarm the trap. Gobbit, you're back. Gadman said that you were in charge of building the trap at the end of the hall. Yeah, that was me. I didn't want to build the thing, but I did it to help Malvina, to keep us safe. I've regretted it ever since. We could really use your help, Yaz. We need to get below decks, and we need to do it in one piece. Can you help us get past the trap that you built? I think so. It's been a long time, but I think I remember that what wires you need to snip to disarm the thing. She fumbles at a nearby table, grabs a napkin, then she produces a grease pencil from her breast pocket and begins to draw. There's a hidden access panel on the floor. You'd never find it if you didn't know where to look. You snip these wires here and this one here, bypass the circuit. She scribbles on the napkin with a steady hand, and then flip this lever. Do that and you're done. The trapdoor won't trigger and you won't get dumped into the killing pit. Killing pit. She passes the napkin to Gaba. It's pretty much what you'd expect. She snatches the napkin from Yasmin's hand. Thanks, Yaz. You don't know how badly we needed this. I can guess. Cadmus sent you to me after all. She smiles weakly. Best of luck. I'll leave you to your work. Yeah, thanks. Be careful out there. Alright, so now we know how to disarm the trap. Let's go ahead and do that. Following the grease pencil diagram, you locate a hunk of metal flooring with a slightly raised edge. It's fucking box right there, dude. What are you talking about? Hooking your fingers under it, you lift to reveal a hidden access panel. That's a good sign. Follow Yasmin's instructions. Okay. The instructions are surprisingly easy to follow. 3 snips with your pocket knife and a rewired connection later, the floor spanning trapdoor has been disarmed. Well, that was easy. She beams at you. Go on, Seattle. You take the lead. You've earned it. Gee, thanks. Stepping into this room is like wading into the killing floor of a slaughterhouse. There isn't an inch of ground that isn't caked with spilled blood. The stench that floods into your nostrils is as overpowering as it is vile. It is the stench of rotten beef and stale vomit, of warm blood poured into a chemical toilet and left out in the sun to cook. The buzzing of flies in your ears helps bring you back to your senses. Blinking against the light, you see stacks of moldering trash piled nearly to the ceiling. The piles of dead bodies are stacked nearly as high. Are you okay? She doesn't seem to notice you. Her jaw hangs open in horror. As her eyes move from atrocity to atrocity, her cheeks slowly drain of color. Beach and no, not Simon. Tears spill down her cheeks. Oh, rat. No, this. Gobbet grasps for a way to finish her thought. She doesn't find one. I'm sorry, Gobbet. I know that these people were friends. A lot of them were. Some I didn't know. Her eyes remain locked on the nearest pile of corpses. They all deserve better than this. the Rat King is supposed to be down on this level. That means we're headed in the right direction. After seeing this, I don't think that this raft is worth saving. We should go back to my original plan, Seattle. Let's send this thing to the bottom. That's where it belongs. You can't do that, Gobbit. We've already told Cadmus that we're going to help him. He's been getting the other mutineers ready to fight, not to evacuate. If we sink this thing now, they might not even make it off the boat. We tell them that we changed our minds using the alarm system. They'll make it out, trust me. We made a promise, Gobbit. I think that we should keep it. She sighs. I think it's a stupid idea, Seattle, but if you really want to do this, then I'll help you get it done. At least this way, I'll get to look at the Rat King in the eye when I kill it. Damn right. If we're gonna do this, we need to find Malvina's old cabin. It should be west of here. Got it. I'll have to get the shiny object away from the Rat King if we want to kill it. That's probably gonna be tricky. I don't think that she'll just let me saunter up and take it. We do tricky things every day. We can handle this too. Of course we can. She rolls her shoulders, exhales heavily. All right, let's do this. Yeah, this place is kind of creepy. Sure. The door is heavy. This door is heavy. It could easily be barred to prevent outside intrusion, but instead it stands ajar. It's almost as if it's inviting you in. That's Malvina's old cabin, the seat of power for the sinking ship. That's where the Rat King is going to be. Once we go in there, we're going to be in this. There's no changing our mind after we pick the fight with that thing. What do you say, Zero? Are we doing this or not? So let's back away, because I still want to look around. They're still coming! Oh shit. Oh shit, rats. God dang it. You bastards, leave me alone. Okay, let's get an aim shot here. 28 damage. You're still not dead though, so that sucks. You know what? Let's soften them up. How about that? Let the team. Let the team. Damn, this is gonna suck, man. There's so many freaking rats, and Garbage just missed your shot. Oh my god, dude. Gobbit, why are you missing shots, man? Alright, Isobel, get the hell out of there and shoot a grenade, please. That's gonna hurt Gobbit, though, if I do that. Oh, man. Dude, why do they always run up on her? Ooh. Okay. Only 7 damage? Okay, Gobbit. Alright, we killed the rats. Okay, this is where we had came in. Interesting. What is this room? An old relay switch box hangs off the wall. The plastic exterior of the case is broken in numerous places, and a jumble of wires spill out of the cracks. This must be the shipboard alert system or what's left of it. Your eyes are drawn to a large lever marked alarm. Let's start the mutiny. The alarm system blares once, then twice. The sound is ear-splitting. Moments later, the distant sounds of gunshots filters down from above. Alright, so I assume everything's on and popping now. We're going to go and start this bullshit. Yeah, we read all this. Dude, what is that thing? The thing that looms over you is horrifying. A twisted amalgamation of woman and swarm, knotted and tied together into a single whole. Gobbets. The creature's voice is unnerving. 1,000 rumbling voices, all interwoven and laid over the top of Malvina's crisp, cultured speech. You have returned to us, little mouse. You, the instigator of our own ascendancy. The Rat King shifts its gaze to a nearby altar. A gleaming red stone has been ensconced within. The keystone, the source of our unity, the font of power that makes us strong. Your gift to us, little mouse. You gave us what we needed to bring this raft to order. Gobbet's nose crinkles in revulsion. On her shoulders, madness and folly chitter and shriek. Save me the speech, Malvina, or whatever you are. I'm not here to talk. The new body isn't doing you any favors, by the way. You look like a furry tree stump. The creature leans forward into the light. A fine-featured face with high cheekbones and piercing eyes stares down at you. The carpet of living vermin that bury the rest of Malvina's head and neck struggle and shriek. Our new body is beauty itself, unity of biology and unity of purpose. Malvina, what happened to you? We are not Malvina. We are one, bound together for all time. The thing's voice grows to a roar, and you hear others' sounds folded into it. The cacophonous, gibbering babble of things gone mad. We are order out of chaos, the death of entropy, a glorious unity. Oh, fuck this. She pulls back the slide on her weapon. We're here to kill this thing. Let's not let it talk us to death. Damn right. You hear the scrape of claws on metal. Something is heading this way. Alright, so, what is heading this way? Yeah, let's get some, dragon lines in. Dude, what is she? God damn, she is fucked up. She's got a couple rats hanging off of her. She's just an amalgamation of rats all over her, dude. What the fuck, man? Okay, well, since you like rats, we've got a hell of a rat for you right here. Alright. And now on to me. You already know I gotta pull out the shoddy. Pain, we will show you pain. The Rat King recoils, but only for a moment. A strange energy washes over it, bathing its body in indigo light. Alright, so we gotta get to that shiny object. We gotta get to that shiny object. I'm gonna do some right here. Yes. Yes, you little shit. This is what I needed you to do. Okay, I actually do have enough AP to go out there. Fuck it, doing it. The Rat King shrieks as Gobbet lifts the shiny object in her hands. In its voice you can hear the echoes of 1,000 inhuman beings. This is interesting. She hugs the shiny object to her chest, her bare hands caressing the stone. I can feel Malvina's control over the rats. It's like 1,000 strings connecting her to them, and it feels like one of the Rat King's servitors shudders in place. Slowly, seemingly against its own will, it lifts its head to stare at you. I can tug at those strings. Malvina's cultured voice is overtaken by inhuman roars of the other things that share her body. We will rend you all to pieces, tear your flesh to shreds. Gobbet dances back, cradling the shiny object like a newborn baby. She begins to laugh. Buy me a little time, Seattle. I'm still getting used to this thing, but if you give me a minute or two, those demon rats will be mine. I can do that. Oh, I can definitely do that. Let me buy her some time by killing some things. Um, yeah. Yeah, my boy. Yeah, my boy. An ominous chittering noise fills the air. Hmm. Can I do my turn, please? Immune. So it's just not doing any damage. Okay. Just going Overwatch. There's no point. Alright, so I do have to end up killing those rats because they're trying to fuck her up. Dude, it's funny. They all missed. Oh, damn. We got all these rats on our side now. Go, devil rats. Eat her. Damn. Well, I lost my rat summon. It's gone now, so let's get some of these lines in. I guess we go for a nature fetish. Yeah. Let's go ahead and hit a mana arc on this motherfucker. 11 damage, not bad. I think Isobel needs to get as close as possible. So let's go ahead and put her over here. Alright, me, you already know, bro. I got the AR, so I can do a little long range. We go ahead and hit some shots. Let's see, what kind of spells do we have here? Nothing really. So we're just gonna shoot. So she's trying to kill her rats off. She put some of them to sleep as well. Not to sleep, but they don't have any AP. Okay. Rat time. Damn. You about to die. Let's get this spirit up in here. Damn, Malvina, you were getting wrecked right now. The Rat King's body shudders and convulses as you watch the living carpet of devil rats that forms the majority of its bulk begins to writhe. Malvina opens her mouth to speak, but you'll never know what she's going to say. The only sound that escapes from her throat is a long, ragged scream. With a dawning horror, you come to realize what you're looking at. The devil rats that surrounded Malvina are turning inward. She is being eaten alive. Gobbet stares dead-eyed at her former friend as the swarm that is bound to her rips her body apart. Black blood pours into rivers to the aluminum-lined floor. That's what you get, monster. Somewhere in there, a friend of mine is dying. She was already dead. The ghastly feast unfolding before you continues long after Malvina's screams have died away. Finally satisfied, Gobbet nods to you. The raft is ours. It's over. Her PDA buzzes. She glances down at it, then turns the screen so that you can see. Cadmus's grim visage fills the screen. I don't know what you just did, but whatever it was, it worked. Those rats, things, turned on Malvina's loyalists. He wheezes into his mask, gulping in purified air. And then they got done eating him. And when they got done eating him, they started eating each other. Gobbet stares down at the shiny object that she holds clutched in her hands. Yeah, I know. I told them to. Right after I did the same to the Rat King. Malvina's dead, Cad. You did good, Gobbet. You and your friends. We won. Come on up topside. A celebration is in order. She shakes her head. No. No, Cad. No celebrations. And no milling around. You can keep this place. I'm done with it. Too many bad memories. And besides all of that, you've got a hell of a mess on your hands. I'll be damned if I'm going to help clean it up. You've already helped us clean, Gobbet. We'll always owe you for that. Yeah, well, let's not make a big thing out of it. Goodbye, Cad, and good luck. She flicks the PDA off. The screen goes dark. Captain Jomo is still waiting for us outside. Ready to go home? Beyond ready. She passes the shiny object from one hand to the other, scowling, and this stupid thing is taking a one-way trip to the bottom of the bay. Good call. Come on, Seattle. Let's go home. Captain Jomo's speedboat carries you away from the sinking ship, now liberated from the tyranny of the Rat King once and for all. The shiny object rests with Malvina's bones at the bottom of Hung Hom Bay. Gobbet stares back at the raft as it recedes into the distance. Her expression is at once happy and sad. Isobel takes her hand, and together they turn away. Haoe grows closer. You're going home. At least we got Gobbet out of there safely. So we got 8 freaking karma. We have 18 karma. So we're going to do some things here. We're going to go ahead at 612. We could actually just level up all of our gun stuff. So 6, 12, and 18. Confirm, bro. We are the shit right now with guns. We also have level ups here. Territoriality. Goblin formulates a new version of the haste spell that harnesses the latent wild magic of Hong Kong. Channeled haste increases a friendly target's AP by 1 for 4 rounds. Nah. Goblin can now consume spirits to imbue herself with their power. Yes. Alright, Mangler. Ares Heavy Laser. Holy shit. I think I want this laser beam. You know, you can't just deny laser beams. Gaichu gains a katana attack that can hit adjacent targets. Or Gaichu gains an ability which lets him regenerate 6 HP per round for 3 rounds. Yeah, I gotta go with the Red Samurai there. Red Samurai. Lethal Force. Damn, so he actually gets a magnet arm. Duncan has a magnetic cyber arm installed, allowing him to throw back incoming grenades. Does Duncan actually get some cyberware? Finally? Or does he go down the cop route and keep himself... You know what? I think it's about time Duncan gets some cyber in him, man. And let's see here. Pain suppression. Yeah, I think pain suppression is good for her. Yeah, we're gonna give Duncan some cyberware. He finally gets some cyberware. Finally gets chromed up a little bit. And speaking for me, I need to get some Chrome too, if possible. So let's see what we got here. We have the Alpha Legs, Laser Designator, Encephalon, Platelet, Pain Editor, AI Data Jack, Bright Light System. Why can't I get the skin? Why can't I get the Ares Dermal Plating Alpha? Why not? I have the Ares Dermal Plating Basic. It's weird. Very weird. I don't understand why I can't get it. I have the money for it. I have 4,000 new yen. It's weird. Oh damn, I forgot. I have pay data to claim. Yep. And we have this one too. Yep. Stepping into Gobbet's cabin, you find her crouching on the floor. She appears to be midway through a valiant struggle against an enormous pastry. Her cheeks bulge out like a chipmunk's, and wispy threads of pork floss hang from her chrome-speckled lips. She glances up at you, her eyes wide with alarm. Her jaw works to manage the enormous quantity of crispy dough in her mouth, but she doesn't seem to be making much headway. You know, between the two of you, my money's on the pastry. Ooh. She struggles to move her jaw, but her mouth is stuffed too full for her to take much headway. She gestures feebly toward a pitcher of water on the ground near your feet. She tilts back the pitcher and sucks down its contents. As the water pours into her mouth, she's slowly able to work through the food stored in her cheeks. Finally, she lowers the water pitcher, coughing. Okay, yeah, note to self. The pastry terrace on Prince Edward Road makes them dry. She takes another swig from the pitcher, grimacing. Moist green apple and jelly trotter my ass. That thing was like a dessert made of pig. Meh, I'd eat it. Hey, if you want it, it's all yours. Drink lots of water, though. She tosses the remaining pastry to you as it sails through the air. The pork floss that clings to its outer layer flutters suggestively. You snag the flying pork brick out of thin air. It's surprisingly dense with a heft roughly equivalent to that of a snow softball. You raise the pastry to your lips and take a bite. Seconds later, you can feel all the moisture in your mouth evaporate. Gobbet wasn't lying. This thing is dry. The flavor is surprisingly palatable, though. She blinks at you in astonishment. Huh, I can't believe you ate that. I'm impressed. If I ever get another of those again, I'm gonna let you sit in a bowl of I'm gonna let it sit in a bowl of condensed milk for at least a half an hour before I try putting it in my mouth. That might help. I don't know. Reconstitute it, I guess. I don't know. It might work. Anyway, you probably want to talk about what happened on the raft, huh? I think that in your place, I would. Let's talk about what happened on the sinking ship. Yeah, she sighs. We can do that. Wait, what the man, bro? Why did you skip like that? She nods grimly. Yeah, it was definitely that, I guess. On the bright side, we overthrew Malvina and put the raft in Cad's hands. That feels great, pretty great, and the shiny object is at the bottom of Hung Hom Bay, lodged in a bank of a silt and crab shit. That's pretty much where it belongs. But I've got to admit, something is gnawing at me. Before you and Ish showed up, I was going to sink the raft. I gotten halfway through arming the charges, and I was going to send the whole sinking ship down in flames. Everyone on it would have died. Cad and Yasmin, all of them. All because I made up my mind early, and I didn't want to change it. Kind of makes me think how many times before now have I done what seemed like the right thing, you know? Follow my gut like I taught you without realizing that there was a better option. This whole introspection thing kind of sucks, I've got to say. She looks up at you, scowling. It's much more comforting to just assume that all of my past decisions were right. Sure, it is. It's intellectually dishonest, but it's definitely comforting. She bites her lower lip. Yeah, you know, Seattle, you aren't helping my mood any. I'm kind of having a tough time over here. She begins to pace, kicking piles of dirty clothes and blankets out of the way. Thrusting her hands into her pockets, she fishes out Madness and Folly and tosses them down onto her cots. I don't do this very often, reflecting it for mirrors, not devastatingly attractive street shamans. I don't know how you hand wringers deal with feelings this way. Watch out who you call a hand wringer. You're the one who's torn up about this, not me. Yeah, yeah, but I usually wouldn't be, and I'm glad that I wouldn't because this feels kind of bad. Look, it's like I said, I don't really do this kind of thing. So tell me what to do next. What comes after this? After you suffer through your embarrassment for a while, you try to learn something from it. Huh. Your way is boring, Seattle, and it's complicated, and it comes with way too many bad feelings. She scowls, but yeah, I get it. There's probably even some value there. I'm never going to start second guessing everything that I do, though. That just isn't me. Maybe you can start second guessing some things when new information presents itself. What a novel concept. Yes, Seattle, I can do that. And from now on, and I will from now on. Cross my heart. Anyway, things turned out the way that they did. I don't know what might have happened if we tried to do something different, but there's one thing I can say for certain. Things are better in Hung Hom Bay than they were before we went to the sinking ship. We did some good out there. That's something. I didn't go out there to save Hung Hom Bay. I did it to help you. Mission accomplished then. And come to think of it, there are two things that I can say for certain. You want to hear the second? Lay it on me. I think that rat is happy with the shiny object gone. She paused for a moment, considering that, or maybe the stupid egg did something to me. I don't know for certain. Either way, something is different. I can feel it in my gut. Do you know what it does? Beats the hell out of me. I mean, I'm sure that it does something. It has to, right? Rat wouldn't just give me a normal rock. She's a trickster and all, but that'd be mean. You mark my words, Seattle. The next time we're in the field, something magical is going to happen. I mean, literally, possibly with explosions. It's too early to tell. She nods sagely. It'll be a journey of discovering for both of us. I'll be looking forward to that. Me too, and thank you, Seattle. I really, really mean that. You can fly by my side anytime. So, how are you adjusting to the gift that rat or the shiny object or whatever has given you? Her expression brightens. It's good. I mean, probably not like morally good, but I think I can use it. What is it? What does it do? Well, it's kind of like a grenade. When I throw it, it goes boom. Not out here in the real world, but in the astral plane. It's pretty impressive. As for what it actually does, it scares the shit out of anyone who gets caught in the blast. Makes them act like idiots. They run around with their hands in the air or forget about who's shooting at them and stand around with their fingers in their ears. Handy, huh? Yeah, it sounds great. I'm just a little iffy about how you got this and why. Don't be. It came from Rat. I'm pretty sure of that. The dancing rodents in my vision were a pretty good indicator. She lets the stone roll in the palm of her hand, smiling. Its polished exterior glitters as it moves. So, here's the thing. When I use this thing, what I think I'm doing is opening a bunch of temporary cracks in the astral plane. Just little ones. Only wide enough for sounds to pass through. People in the blast radius can hear things on the other side. So let's say that I throw this sucker at someone and it goes off. Boom! All of a sudden, the poor slob can hear things that got into Malvina's shrieking in his brain. Sounds unpleasant. Yeah, it's a bad time for them. All those voices at once, yelling and babbling and cursing, doing their Rat King thing. It drive you nuts, right? That's basically what it does. Drives people mad. Makes them work against their own self-interest. It's like temporary insanity in pebble form. As long as you're comfortable using this thing, I'm all for it. How many did Rat give you? That's the best part. After I use one of these and go to bed, I find another one in my hand the next morning. I've tried it a couple times now and it keeps happening. Toss, explode, nap, visions of dancing rats, and ta-da, new magic pebble. Using this thing, using this feels right in a way that the shiny object never did. I think that it's Rat's reward to me for taking Malvina down or something. I don't know exactly. I never heard of this happening to anyone before. Anyway, it should help us moving forward. And considering what we're headed up against, I think that we can use all the help that we can get. Alright, Gobbit. So we finally got back on track. So, got another lesson for me. No, Seattle, no more lessons. You don't need them. You're as much a runner as I am now. There might even be a thing or two that I can learn from you. All of that can wait, though. We've got this whole situation with the walled city and your foster dad and gun show and all that to take care of. It's kind of a mouthful. Lots of players involved, lots of intrigue. Honestly, I'm enthralled by the whole thing. Can't wait to see how it turns out. Me either, Gobbit. Guess we'll just see how this plays out together. She nods sagely. You're damn right. We will. Oh, and Seattle? Yeah. The pot on the hot plate. It's always full. I keep a soup going on that thing 24/7. If you ever want any, you're welcome. Just come in. I'd love the company. You got it, Gobbit. I'll be here with the bells on. Leave 'em off. The jingling might scare Folly. There was this terrible incident at a Christmas pageant once, and well, she gives you a sly smile. She bites. And now, Seattle, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to crash out for the night. Maybe sleep through tomorrow and get up when the sun goes down. That sounds nice right about now. Yeah, tell me about it. Still smiling, she waves you off with the back of her hand. Scurry along now. Your former mentor needs her rest. So, Gobbit, me and Gobbit are now friends. Awesome. So I'm winding down towards like the end game right now. Gaichu is examining his armor and gear, looking for defects. Okay, yeah, he's ready for the mission. Okay, cool. He's ready to go. That's what he's pretty much. All right, let me go talk to old girl right here at the parlor. If I could just make my way over there, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'm winding down towards the end game of the main game for Shadowrun Hong Kong. So I've been streaming for about 2 hours. We'll save here, and we're gonna do Gaichu's mission. Man, I cannot talk today, man. What is wrong? So we're going to go and actually start the mission. You know, it'll save, so when we come back, we'll be ready to go with the new mission. Oh, I forgot that there's better weapons. I think I'm running a Browning. Yeah, I'm running a Browning max power. So we are definitely. Let me see. Hold on. I'm running a Browning, right? So that's 12 damage. Where is the range combat 7? Bro, come on, man. Alright, so I guess we're just gonna stick with the Browning for now, because like they're being assholes to me. But when we do get 7 karma, I will put that in range combat. Alright, so let's see what else we're working with. Outfits. We got the armor. Okay. Any new shotguns or anything like that? Let me check it out before I go on this next mission. Oh man, the T250. I forgot about that thing. I won't have enough money to buy everything though. That's the funniest part about it. I only got 4 grand right now. We have the Ares Alpha. 4 grand, dude. So let's see, 4. Then if I want to get the T250, that will be another 3. So that's 7.5. Along with the, because I do want the Warhawk. That's another one of my favorite guns in the game. So about 10,000 new yen. Pretty much, like 9,500 essentially. Alright, so like I said, we're going to start this mission here. We're going to do the Red Samurai units. Alright, so Gaichu, you're definitely here. Let's bring Ractor for this run. Let's also bring Duncan. We're gonna have like a full-on like barrage squad on this shit. Yeah, we're gonna have like a full force frontal assault on these guys. So let's let the game save, and I'll holla at y'all in the next stream when I decide to play Shadowrun again. And for everybody who came by, I hope you enjoyed. Sorry that my reading sucks. It's just for some reason today I cannot talk. Probably because I haven't ate nothing yet or anything. My mind's eye isn't like focused. So, but I'll catch y'all on the next one, and I hope y'all have a good day. Deuces, y'all.